made some remarks, and he talked about he was going to babysit his nephews that evening, and he talked about them who were, I think, 5 and 3 months, or anyway, children, and he said that they were the first generation that were growing up having only known peace, and that's never really happened in Ireland before. There's been political violence here for 800 years, long predates any of us, so I think that would be a powerful statement if everybody stood together and not only condemned violence, but also committed themselves to never ever being part of any violence again. But I think I might be wishing for the stars a bit on that one.
Yeah, sadly. We just need leadership from the top as well, and it's so difficult as well because so many people are disillusioned with politics, even more so. Like, we had the elections last year, and I think it was actually, like, around the election time it was good because I think people were more interested, for all the wrong reasons probably. We had RHI and everything, but now, because Stormont's been gone for, like, I don't know, 6,000 years now. People are just so, like, disgruntled now, and they just couldn't care less. And I don't see anything like that being tackled until after Brexit, which is scary. Like,
I think the thing too is that when you look at sort of some of the things that people have said before, like, I remember I was actually spending time with a friend of ours from Dublin, when Peter Robinson had made his comments that he would trust Muslims to go to the shop and get milk for him, but not much else. And I heard that, I was angered by it, and I didn't think much of it again because I wasn't surprised, not really. And Hannah, who obviously grew up in Dublin, could not get over that had been said, and she thought, what's going to happen? Will they have to resign? And I said, no, probably not, because we have such low standards for our politicians. Like, even with Paisley, Paisley Jr., obviously, in the recent recall petition for him, it's like,
there's no shame. Like,
no, they get away with whatever they want in many cases because people just think, sure, they're all as bad as each other. And it is sad because there are a lot of good people in all parties. You can genuinely say that in all parties, that get into politics for good reasons, to help people and to make people's lives better, and then they're just sort of all tarred with the same brush of, I don't know.
Like, we were saying earlier, like, there's people, both of us know that, their politics are probably, like, to us, absolutely, like, disgusting, probably, with certain things, but, you still like them as a person. You can still respect that's their political beliefs, as much as you disagree with them, but, like, I think that's healthy, I think it's good. You don't want everybody, being an alliance member, or, you don't want everybody having the same...
Sit on the fence.
Because, where's the difference there? You want people to have differences and accept them. The problem is in Northern Ireland that people have differences and don't accept other people's differences. And the funny thing is, now we're driving, like, around Anderson Town Road, and, many people here probably have the same issues and the same worries as, people from Sandy Row or from Beaver, where we were driving through, or Loyalist East Belfast. Like, these people have the same issues and the same worries and the same things they deal with every day, but the only difference is we've got this sectarian carve out by, both parties wanted to be like this, like Sinn Féin and DP.
It suits them both, really, doesn't it, that people are afraid of the other. It's interesting though, I don't know if you saw it earlier in the week, John McDonnell, the shadow chancellor for the Labour Party, said that he couldn't be friends with a Conservative, and it sort of sparked a wee bit of debate on Twitter and whatever about whether you could be friends with people in different political parties. And I just thought that was so sad, like, genuinely so sad that we're even having that discussion. Like, I have plenty of friends. I have friends in all parties, some more than others, obviously, but genuinely in all parties. And you can disagree with someone, and you can have a wee bit of a debate and a wee bit of discussion about it, and then you can still agree that they're passionate about what they believe in, and just because they don't agree with you doesn't mean that they're wrong. It's really, I don't know. It is a wee bit scary, to be honest.
Yeah, like it's a difficult one as well, because obviously the Tories have such a bad reputation in England. And, you know, I don't know. Is he from Manchester or? Is he from the north of England? I'm not sure, but
no, I'm not sure either.
If you went to Liverpool and asked somebody, "Oh, would you be a friend with a Tory?" They'd probably be like, "No way at all," because you know, Thatcher and the Tory government absolutely destroyed the north of England, and you know, manufacturing and things like that. And then you had the Hillsborough disaster, which was just absolutely disgusting what the Tories did there. So,
but I think it's sort of, I don't know. I do think you need to sometimes draw the line. And I thought, obviously, spent a bit of time in America around the time of the presidential election. I thought, I don't know, and especially when the tape came out about Trump bragging about sexually harassing women and assaulting them, I did think to myself, I genuinely don't know how I could be friends with someone who supported him. So I do think sometimes even I have to draw a line and say, do you know what, like, you don't want someone who believes that about you. But I think, especially here in Northern Ireland, when everything is so politicised anyway, it helps you, it shapes your character, it helps your own political views to associate yourselves with people that are different, people that disagree with you. Otherwise, we'd all be living in a bubble and not actually get anything done.
And what we've even been talking about is people getting on together and trying to sort out Northern Ireland's issues. Like, if we had that stance, that, you know, like, oh, we don't like any DUP member, if we fought that, you know, where's that going to get you in life? You know, that's the whole point. We want Sinn Féin and the DUP and to compromise and to work together, and it's just getting them to do that. It's just so difficult. And obviously, me and you went on the Watching Ireland programme, and you know, that was such a wide range of beliefs, political beliefs, you know, ethics, everything. But I feel like going on that opened up so much for me. You know, my tolerance and understanding of people was just so much more. I know.
I mean, I remember, I don't know if you remember this, when we were in America, obviously, for the 12th of July, and two members of the class that had been in the Orange Order, were in the Orange Order, still are, and gave a presentation on what the Orange Order means to them and what it means for their community. And previously, before that, I was very much opposed to the organisation as a concept, as I just had no time for it whatsoever. And now I'm not saying, you know, I would join now or whatever, but it's sort of it helped me learn that they didn't join the Orange Order because they're bigots. They didn't join the Orange Order to sit in a room and hate Catholics. They joined it because it was something that for their community. It was sort of a family oriented organisation, and I learned a lot from it, and I think it helped me grow my political views, and I'll always be thankful for that. And that's the very point, is be friends with people that challenge you. Otherwise,
that's the thing, there's so many misconceptions that are, you know, obviously the Orange Order has a lot of issues, and you know, even I have you know, my great uncle was, I think he was like one of the leading Orange men in Belfast. You know, he used to lead the 12th every year, and I remember he had this big handlebar moustache, and you know, he had a sword and everything. But it was like, people, like, we were proud of him because, you know, it's just like your family member leading a big thing like the 12th. But you can just see how, like, these misconceptions about things can just make somebody so bitter and just make some of their beliefs really toxic. Like, I was saying to you earlier about I can't remember, there was a Sinn Féin youth member said that because there was a guy with a parachute regiment flag, which is completely disgusting, like, and I'm against it, but a Northern Ireland fan brought a parachute regiment flag to Dublin with him, with the only intention to wind people up and to offend, but he was trying to say that all Northern Ireland fans were like that, and stuff like that just makes my blood boil, because you know, I was saying earlier that we were at a match before, and I remember a guy, I can't remember, he made some stupid sectarian comment, and a man just grabbed him. This like big loyalist grabbed him and threw him down the stairs, like the steps at the Windsor Park. And things like that, obviously I don't condone violence, but but in that instance I was like, this is fantastic, like this is, this is...
The fans are policing themselves.
Yeah, and you're always going to get a small proportion of idiots who maybe still have kind of backward beliefs.
But that's it, it's not reflective of everyone. It's the same, it's like if you walk around, I don't know, the Holy Lands on Paddy's Day and you hear a couple of people say up the Ra, you can't just say that everyone who goes out and enjoys St. Patrick's Day is an IRA supporter. So it's sort of like, while obviously it is disgusting that someone would bring that flag and they should be ashamed of themselves, it's hardly reflective of all the, the whole Great White Army. So it is, but people will take what they can get to make their point. And that's unfortunately.
And that's just another example of Sinn Féin trying to, like a young person from Sinn Féin trying to brand a whole 50% or 52% of the community as all supporting, what the army did in Bloody Sunday and stuff like that. It just winds me up, something shocking, like, and I just don't agree with it. But so anything to wrap up, Clíona?
Yeah, well, we've covered a couple of big issues there.
We've probably talked about 3 hours more.
I know. Well, that's it. You need to keep watching Brexit every minute of every day, or you just miss so much. It's so fast moving. I think for me, the one takeaway, something I've continually thought since 2016, is I just pity the politics and history students that will eventually study this era of time, because it is completely mental and so complicated. So I'm glad that I'm living through it as opposed to trying to study in 20 years time, because I think I might fail if I tried.
What would even be like an 11-mark question in an exam?
I know. Explain why the UK voted to leave the European Union. Like, you couldn't do it. It's not.
Explain how the DUP facilitated United Ireland.
Oh God.
That'd be a real head scratcher.
You might need a couple of extra pages for that. Yeah. But, well, interesting times anyway. We certainly could never be bored.
Okay. Thanks for chatting.
Thank you.
It's interesting. Thanks again to Clíona for having the chat today. I really enjoyed it. And I think it's an interesting concept, so it'd be really interesting to hear what you think about it, and if there's anybody interesting you'd like to hear on it. I joke with Clíona about getting Arlene-Foster sitting in my car with like 2 security guys in the back seat of my small Seat Ibiza, which would have been hilarious, but maybe down the line we can look at that. But I'm really going to try and get more and more people from different political beliefs to chat to. So yeah, any recommendations you have, just send them across. But that's it for this week. Check out our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They're all /Belcastpod. And yeah, make sure to leave a rating on iTunes or whatever application you use. But yep, have a good week.